Reef DVM's coming at you with an update on the chicken coop. I know a lot of people in the area have seen it, but obviously for those on YouTube, we added a chicken coop. Well, about a couple weeks ago, we put in a cattle barn lean, and at the same time, we built ourselves a chicken coop to match. Basically, this thing is about 16 feet long, and she's 12 feet wide. Oh, and I think it's about maybe 7.5 feet tall. Inside, you can see it's just kind of stick frame at this point. We decided to kind of finish it once we got it on site. We just hauled it back here with a trailer. So it's metal sails siding, 2x4 type structure, walls, the 16 on center kind of deal. And then it's got 2x10 flooring in it, which is really strong considering you're going to have a lot of shavings and poop on it. Insulated the walls as best we could, obviously. We're in the process here of starting to tape up the seams and stuff. But this part was relatively easy. Batting is batting. It doesn't cost too much. For the ceiling, I wanted something a little bit more rigid so it just didn't sag down on us. And for the walls, I was going to do plywood anyway, so this will work pretty good. The windows are just builder grade windows bought from Menards. Typical stuff. As you can see, we put the plywood sheeting up and pulled the gray wire through it in the spots where we wanted it to come in, and then we went outside and marked out our path for the electrical. Got the dig people to come out and check it, make sure there's nothing there, and then we had the electrician wire us to that point, and then basically it was dig a trench. Now we're digging this a little deeper than needed up here. We have to go a little deeper because we want to eventually dig this up and put a paver patio in, and we really don't want this PVC lined wire to be showing. So we've got it in PVC, even though it's that special burial UF wire. And then we got it all closed up, several feet in the ground. I think it's about 4.5 feet in the ground. But we do have lights inside the chicken coop now. We've got outlets, doing everything in the waterproof format that code requires us for any barn type structure in this area, so you can pass your inspections. It's one thing nice, everything on this farm has passed, which is great. So we added a red light on a timer base for the birds. Obviously we think red lights are the best. Overall, project at this point had taken about a week. Then we finished taping off a little bit and brought in some real rigid foam from one of my roofing friends, Chuck, which is great. This foam's rigid enough to go up in the ceiling and not sag back down. It screws up into the rafters, you could say, up there, which is great. So we got that up. It really kind of made the place come to life. Really quiet it now when it rains, and I'm sure it'll make it nice and warm in here when it snows. We're not planning heat in this coop, but we'd like the birds to be able to keep it halfway decent. As we walk up to the coop now, it's been a couple more weeks. You can see the ground is settling in nicely. You can't hardly tell where we trenched it. We added a cage in the front entrance, and we added a pulley system to open the chicken door so we don't have to go all the way to the back. We also built a roost out of some of the extra 2x4s. Just a simple structure, and as you can see, there's the kind of dog cage entrance. That way we can enter in without the birds just flying right at us. We've had that experience a few times. I turned my 9-year-old loose on the paint. She did a pretty good job. She got a little bit on the metal, but nothing we couldn't take off. Basically, I told her to whitewash this room. She had to do it several times. She got kind of tired of it, and I certainly had to help her with the ceiling. But overall, the process went really well. We used Rust-Oleum Professional enamel on it. Figured that might hold up the best against the birds. And then we put back up all the lighting, and it's working great, which is what we wanted. Timers, switches, everything. At this point, the plywood ceiling's in place. Everything's painted up. The cage is there to give us an area of storage and keep the birds off of things. What more can I say? It's really coming to life. This structure is probably nicer than most people's fish houses. There, the roost is all painted up. It'll never look this clean again once it starts getting pooped on. I particularly have enough space underneath that I can put bins if I want. I think I'm going to start with sawdust, but I can put bins under that roost if we want to try to catch some of the droppings. As far as the chicken door goes, I'll have my daughter here walk over and open this up, but we have it set so that we could open it as high as we need to for a turkey, but also have it set so that it could just open a little bit for chickens. So in case we want to put bigger birds in here, it's all set for it. At the time we start, we'll just be bringing down, you know, the regular chickens. And we've got a nice little yard area in back that we're fencing off too. I did add some little chicken fence to the top of the dog cage to make sure they don't go up there and try and roost. Got a heater pan there on the floor, which will be for future water in the winter. And then again, turn my daughter loose and get the shavings everywhere in this barn. We're going to start with shavings. Yeah, they're messy and sometimes don't work perfect, but I think they'll work for our application. Outside, I know there's no lawn because we just dug everything up, but we fenced off an area, and I'll review the fence a little later on down the road, but it's an electric fence there for the chickens, and that should work real well. And then in come the birds. Heat lamps on, and in they come. See if we get these little chicks to grow and use this chicken coop. It's been a real fun adventure building this, and obviously it's a real enjoyable experience to do it with my 9-year-old. She's helped me out a lot. So here's kind of the final view on it. Thank you for watching. Please like or subscribe, and we'll continue to put out great videos like this. Appreciate it, folks.